Alright, so general. Marathon update 1.1.0. General. Added the streamer mode into settings. Streamers are ruining gaming. I have to say that for the algorithm. People like it when you say that. You can hide your crew's name, and they're trying to make stream sniping harder. Is it going to work? I don't know. I don't really care. I've been stream sniped a few times. I don't really care, because usually I just kill them.
Like, you know what? You've probably been stream sniped more than you realize you have.
Oh, for sure I have, yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
your thing
for
is
sure.
you just accidentally kill people, like a lot of
Yeah, I mean,
people.
they jump out in front of me unexpectedly.
It's
so.
scary. You got a gun.
It's scary. It's scary. Ability to replace other players' names on your screen with generic names. This is really good because I don't really want, like, you know, Anal Booty Slayer 9000 on my screen all the time.
Yeah.
We like that. The ability to replace your in-run name with a generic one across places like Ping, Skillfy, Death Recap, and Spectate. Okay, that's lovely. Fixing the issue water doors can sometimes become desynced from the server. This one was really funny. Because there were a few.
I'm glad they fixed that.
There was one occasion where I think both me and the opponent were seeing a door that wasn't there. Like, we saw a door, the door wasn't there, and they were like peeking at the window, and like, me being me, right? If you're looking at me, I'm gonna shoot at your face. So I shot at his face, and he began dying quickly. So then I just gunned him down through the door, and we were both pretty confused. So I'm pretty sure that was that issue. Setting your Steam online status to invisible no longer causes the in-game roster to be invisible. Now you have to set that manually. All you weirdos who are like hiding from people all the time are not gonna have to click twice. Let's get into the actual gameplay stuff. Matchmaking. Duos is now a regular option, so all of you who could only produce a maximum of one friend. This one's for you.
Okay, first off, I'm feeling really called out right now.
You can have more than one person to play with if you wanted.
Okay, but I only like one person to play with.
Okay. I mean, I am amazing. That's true, so...
Alright, so, like, I think this is actually a good change, because now I don't have to bring a random when I want to play with you.
Yeah, but there's a problem. I'm never gonna play duos.
Fuck!
So, like, if you're playing with me, you're still getting trios.
Alright. Well, I tried.
Yeah, you tried. Matchmaking now supports a countdown before launching into a run. Okay, so all the people who, like, launch or hit prepared or hit ready, and then immediately, because of their mosquito-sized attention spans, go on their phone and start scrolling TikTok and doom scrolling, and then they're not ready when the round starts. Now you've got a nifty little countdown to remind you to focus your neurons on what you're actually fucking doing. Brand new players to Marathon are more likely to match with other new players during the opening of Season 2. That's a good move.
Is it... How long are they qualifying as the opening?
They didn't define brand new, they didn't define opening, and they're not going to. Because...
Okay. Alright. Alright.
Because, okay, what happened, and you gotta remember how crusty and maladapted gamers generally are. The game's free for the next week. So this is gonna already create a whole bunch of people who should just be, you know, matchmaking with the players of their skill level. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna make brand new accounts.
Oh, yeah.
To flood into the new queues because they are fucking losers. So they have to be vague about it. Alright. Players may now select between multiple matchmaking network preferences. Cute. Added zone name to matchmaking status screen. merged ranked high stakes and low stakes into a single mode. This is the most understated sentence so far. What do you mean?
Now, could you break it down for somebody who has no context for this?
So the way that ranked worked in season 1 was like, you know, bronze, silver, gold, but above gold, the amount you had to bring in to get into ranked went up, and it was considered a high stakes match. So it was just kind of a break point where, like, above that point, people had to risk more.
Well, I mean,
and now that's not a thing.
That would make sense.
Yeah, so I don't really know how that's gonna work unless you're radically changing how ranked works. So this just being one little sentence, one little bullet point is interesting. Alright, item economy. Faction reputation awarded by completing standard contracts has been significantly improved. This is a good quality of life improvement for people who are not likely to have, let me see, 625 hours in one season. So I had no problem with faction reputation, like farming it. But I also had no life, so that's not even true. I work a whole ass job in coding, whatever, but I played a lot.
I was just gonna let you have it. I was just gonna let you have it.
Increase the amount of credits gained when achieving RA season never rank ups. Oh, they're addressing the Berkeys. That's me. I was a Berkey. I never had any credits, so that's lovely. Increase overflow inventory to prevent accidental item loss. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Runners now receive a small amount of runner level XP for time spent in a run. They are trying to keep people from cheesing the way that I do, which is like slam into a run, do one POI, kill a team, exfil instantly, and do this rapidly for a week. So you'll get more runner XP if you actually stay in the run, which also means if you stay in the run longer and then you get flatlined by, like, me, you get something, at least for being there. Now, an overly cynical person would call that a participation trophy. 8.333%. Key templates now have objective requirements for runners who must fulfill in order to convert the template to a functional key.
What does that mean?
So it's funny that they're baiting streamers, right? Because they put that right after we're gonna say the bitchy thing about participation trophies. What this means is for key templates that you used to be able to buy for mineral or materials, or find on the map or whatever, right? To convert them to a functional key, you would either have to like exfil with them if they were fragile, or find a matter fixate to be able to use them or something like that, right? Now, key templates have objectives you have to do. They didn't say what those are, but they're basically, I think they're going to function like an additional contract. You have to do something actively in order to make the key functional, which means two things. One, you could in theory complete that requirement during a run and it becomes a functional key during a run, in theory, and then you can just go use the key if it's for that map, unless you have to complete that in an exfil. The first 5 contracts completed each week will award a flat amount of bonus faction rep. Unused bonuses will roll over and stack. That is insane. That's a crazy catch-up mechanic. So like that example is if you join in week 3, yeah, this is really cool. If you join in week 3, then the bonus will apply to their first 15 contracts. Wow. So there's officially no bad time in the season to join.
Start, yeah.
Weapon schemas in the Season 1 rewards pass have been replaced with credits for Season 2. Okay. Right, because you can still buy that pass. And the schemas would kind of suck. So now they just give you flat money, which honestly I would have taken the money in the first place. Increase the credit cost for shield implants, self-revives, and bubble shields to better reflect their combat value. Makes sense. Replace materialist item status effect with new materialist lootable trinkets. What does that even mean? So like materialist used to be on items, like random items, and you held the item in order to get extra materials. Now it's a lootable trinket that takes up a space in your bag during the run. I don't know if I like that.
Well, you did say that, because I'm assuming the lootables are what was used in the market to trade for things.
What? No.
No, I'm thinking of something else then. Never mind, ignore me.
So they're saying it's like a thing, a trinket, a little thing you pick up like during the run probably. Or you can keep it in your bag that will apply materialist. But the bonus of having it on as a status effect on items was like, say I had a volley rifle and I'm very unlikely to lose a lot when I'm holding a volley rifle. So a materialist volley rifle was great for me to have. Because if I need to farm materials, I just take my materialist volley rifle in and get a bunch of stuff in exfil. Now, instead, it's taking up a space in my inventory every run. Which is a little antithetical to materialist, right? Because you're going to want to fill up your bag with materials. And now there's one slot in your bag that you just can't use because it's got the trinket in it. So, whatever. Ping before schema is now superior. I didn't even know that this was different. It matches the rarity of the ping v4 implant. Salvage is now found more reliably in its associated region. Removed canister specific salvage. That is great. Faction awards. Faction awards have been added when starting in-run activities like supply drop and secured resources, in addition to the faction rep granted when the activities are completed. Some faction awards that were not shared by the crew, such as TAN activations, are now awarded to the whole crew. Good.
Right, you're right.
Stats. Prime recovery and tactical recovery stats now increase the recharge rate of their respective abilities by a maximum of 70%, down from 100% in Season 1. That is a fair change. The Sentinel Cell. Its prime ability is to deploy a defensive platform, the trophy system. If anyone knows what a trophy is, it's a trophy system. That harmlessly neutralizes incoming explosives. You and your allies also gain increased weapon stability and reload speed when standing near the device. As always, bear in mind that it's got a limited number of projectiles to fire. So it can't do it indefinitely. Yeah, it's got a time limit, it's got an ammo limit.
Yeah, which is good, because I feel like that makes it a little more balanced. Like, you don't have to worry about it just being completely overpowered.
Yeah. I also did see that there's a core that Centenar... Oh, hold on. Centenar, it's not a Z, can get that, instead of destroying incoming grenades, it just neutralizes them. So they fall to the ground, and you can pick them up and throw them.
Because that's what the world needed.
So, I mean, that's gonna create at least one really funny clip of someone trying to throw a grenade party, and there's a defender system, and the grenade party gets thrown back at them. Snare mine. It's tactical. It's also a proximity triggered mine which detonates into several immobilizing submunitions when enemies get close. So it's gonna be kind of like getting shot by, yeah, Raka, how are you doing? It's gonna be like getting shot by a destroyer or which slows you down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Priority tracker. Activate munition tracking systems in your HUD that allow you... Oh, motion, not munition. Systems in your HUD that allow you to see moving enemies on the radar with chemicals in front of you. Just general, more information. I don't think I can talk about that too much. Alright, Castle Doctrine. You ready and reload SMGs, pistols, and shotguns more quickly based on the number of nearby hostiles. When you take splash damage, your hardwire firewall and self-repair speeds are increased for a short time. This is the thing that would make me play Sentinel. Because I already strongly preference, like, SMGs. Like, I unironically used Copperhead before they buffed Copperhead, which I heard they buffed Copperhead again.
Woo.
So we'll talk about that in a bit. Oh, they removed the close and personal core. This benefit can now be obtained in the Cradle system. That's really good. That's a super strong change. Implants have been significantly reworked. Each implant has a single fixed perk and fixed stat package. Simplification of a lot of the general customization systems is probably a good thing. Item rarity now determines the total amount of stats provided by an implant. I kind of like that. The total amount of stats scales up with rarity from gray all the way up through gold. So higher rarity now guarantees you're getting more total stats. Might not be the stats that you want, but at least it does something. And certain implants can only be found at higher rarity tiers. Perfect. Energy Harvest perk now activates on tactical ability activation rather than deactivation. Neat. Fix an issue where picking up loose loot while switching weapons could result in the player's equipped weapon being in a bad state.
I'm sorry, what?
What is a bad state? What was breaking? Bungie. Bungie, what did you do? That's so ominous. Pistols. They added they added a fully automatic 3-round burst handgun. So when I'm doing my handgun runs, instead of like the tactical and a punch or a tactical and a disgusting magnum, it'll probably just be tactical in one of these.
Can I tell you how excited I am for this pistol? Like,
It does look pretty cool.
I have been living for this.
Here we get to the C tactical sidearm buff. And wow. Increases the rate at which the weapon's recoil settles by 15%, so it comes back down from bouncing when you fire a lot faster. Reduce ADS accuracy error multiplier by around 50%. So like it's a laser beam, rebased aim assist and magnetism. KKV 9SD, it's an SMG with an integrated suppressor. That's all you need to know. You'll be seeing me shoot this a lot if I can get my hands on them. And this is gonna be like the Copperhead where I really like it, but you can never get one. Weapon mods. I did read this earlier. Basically, TLDR, it'll be easier to switch around mods during a run. Removed sniper thermal optics. Just removed it from the game entirely. Okay. Assault shields. They now passively recharge. That's great. They should have done that anyway. They made the health weaker. That's great. They should have done that anyway. Increased shields resistance to PvE combatants from 75 to 80. That's great. They should have done that anyway. I'm not going through all of the chip changes. You boys, you're gonna have to read yourself. And, you know, only a few of these are going to be relevant to each person because you don't use all of them. Let's go down to equipment. Alright. Grenade ready animations are extended by 0.2 seconds, which isn't a lot, isn't a little. It's 1/5 of a whole second. They added a frost mine, so it's a claymore that will frost people instead of exploding them.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, vector grenade, which you throw information gathering. It just gives you information.
Yeah.
Signal flares are probably the grenade I'm going to carry the most. And I'm going to throw them at people's heads. And use them to mark things for rooks to come pick up the gear I can't carry. If you skip to this part for the overview, my take, yeah, overall, I think it's an exciting start to the season. There was no way, like, Bungie, could we... These patch notes were huge.